to another Vibrant Lady Talk series. Well, today's edition is for everyone who is on the space. I mean, for you. For so many people, they are on the social media for so many reasons. While some are here catching cruise, some are enjoying memes, others are cashing out in millions. So today we're going to be talking about social media money making, and I have an expert, one who is a professional. He's not just a professional, he is a don in the field. When we talk about the don, you know, it's just one person in the whole of South and the whole of Nigeria. Well, today on the Vibrant Lady Talk series, I have the almighty, amazing Emeka Nobis in the studio. The Don himself.
The almighty is for one person.
Oh well, the almighty money-making guru Emeka Nobis. Well, Nigerians appreciate the fact that Emeka Nobis is a guru in this field, so they cannot drag us. They should drag us now. How are you doing, the Don?
All right, I'm good. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you too for coming. So what does it feel like leaving an oil company job and then pushing all of your dreams and all of your vision through their social media, especially Facebook?
Okay, at the beginning it was actually scary. Before I even resigned from that job, it was kind of scary for me. But what gave me the confidence was the fact that they say that it all rises and falls in knowledge. Knowledge is what differentiates everything. Those who are going to be successful than those who are not going to be successful. So for me, I have always been an intentional person, right from childhood. And so before I ventured on this path, I had to ask relevant questions. I had to seek knowledge. And so I went to Lagos, met with people who were on the same path with me, and they provided me with answers, relevant answers on how I could, do what I wanted to do. Knowledge is pretty, very, very important. So I traveled to Lagos. I went to meet with individuals who were on this path, who were already doing amazing stuff on the path. And some of them I slept in their houses. Some of them I spent, a good number of hours with them, and then they just shared with me the relevant things I needed to do to be successful on the path eventually after resignation. So I put all that together. And
sorry, did you do this before resigning?
Yes, before resigning. No, before resigning.
Okay.
I wanted to get on the path and actually become successful. I didn't just want to start to dabble into stuff. So I had to actually seek knowledge before resigning, and I put in 5 years.
Wow.
Putting all those things into. So for altogether, I worked in the company for 10 years. Okay. But I started my transition 5 years before I resigned. And so I was doing all the things they told me, put myself out there, be visible, create products that would bring me money, have collaborations, build a community, all those things I was doing for 5 years. And then eventually I resigned. And so, but when I resigned, I can tell you for a fact that I was balling. Balling in the sense that I had clients who were paying me at the time. But
for writing or for?
For writing, yes. I was writing for them. So
did you do any of the literature courses?
Well, I did literature in English when I was in secondary school, but not in university.
Did you ever think that you were going to have a successful career in writing before you got into, because your oil and gas is engineering?
Yeah, absolutely.
So at what point did you see that this oil and gas thing is really not for me? This 9 to 5 career thing is really not for me. It's the whole. At what point did you realize?
Okay, it was at the point when I got the job, and then I was sent abroad for 1 year. So I was in Italy for 1 year. So it was during that period that I was having some sort of visitation, so to say. Like I wake up in the night to go and pee, and then I'm hearing voices. Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life?
So you've seen vision before.
Not vision per se, the way people look at it. It was just like a visitation of voices. And so by the time I got back to Nigeria, I began to seek answers for myself. What's all this? I had to start questioning my abilities, questioning what my life was supposed to be like. And then the answer came one day. I was in church. It was Carpenter's Church here in Port Harcourt, so I was in church. I'm not saying this in a way for people to say it's all spiritual stuff. I was already asking a lot of questions. What should I do in my life and all that. I was 26 at the time, and so that day I heard a voice that said, "You have hands to write, you have a voice to speak. Use them to be blessed."
But have you always been a good writer?
I have always been a good writer, right from childhood, right from the age of 6.
Okay.
At that age, of course, I was writing things that people at that age could enjoy and read. And so. through university also, I was writing. I wrote essays, I wrote letters. I was very good with letter writing, actually. It was my mom that found out that I was very good with letter writing. And so she had to stop me from writing all other forms of essays during WAEC, SSC. Then there was argumentative essay, there was letter writing, there was prose writing. And so she found that I had the specialty for writing letters, like writing from me to you. That is why when people read my stuff on Facebook, they find out that I'm more conversational. Like you are here with me and I'm talking to you, right? And so I went ahead and I did that in my SSC, and I was able to get an A. My mom wanted me to have an A. I mean, if I didn't have an A in English, I was good in all the other subjects actually, but she wanted me to actually score an A, and I had an A in English language, and I had 9 alphas actually. So I knew I was good in writing, but the business side of things I wasn't knowledgeable about it. That was why I had to go seek out answers and solutions to be able to understand what exactly I needed to do before stepping out from paid employment.
So it's one thing you discovered, or to discover that you're good in writing. It's another thing to discover the strategy to push that. So how? I mean, there are other social media platforms. At what point did you see that, okay, we have Instagram? Okay, no, Instagram is not so much.
Instagram wasn't there when I started out.
Let's say there was Twitter.
There wasn't. I think Twitter wasn't so widespread at the time. It was mainly Facebook.
It was just Facebook.
Yeah, that was 2006 now. So you can imagine. I can't remember when Instagram came, but it was mainly Facebook. People were mainly on Facebook, not even Twitter at the time. And so when I found out that I had something good to offer to humanity, I could speak, I could write. The next thing to do was to find a platform, and that was when I had an epiphany. I got to work one day, and then I sat down and I put on the system. Back then, the company, it was only the foreigners that were given access to the internet, and so I took the code from the foreigner, an Italian, and then I keyed in with his code. As soon as the system opened up and Facebook appeared, I just had an epiphany that said, "This is where you can build your influence, your fame, everything." And so that's why I'm so particularly attached to Facebook now. And so that was how I started out every day. At the time, I didn't have clarity of what to do. So I was just coming up every day and writing something motivational, something inspirational for people, sharing from my life, what I was doing, the books I was reading, people I was connecting to. I was just sharing every day like that, real life stuff. And then started gaining clarity like that. Initially, I was all about writing. People knew me all about writing. I had a Facebook group. I was teaching people how to write. But then I evolved over the years, and I realized that I had a knack for marketing of books and marketing my skill. And so I moved from just writing to marketing, and then leadership. Leadership just came after a few years, because if you're not able to lead yourself well, lead other people well, you may not be able to get the results you're looking for. And so I now began to delve into leadership, using my life as an example.
So let's try to intertwine 3 major factors I'm looking at here: writing, Facebook, and marketing.
Okay.
How are you able to combine this? Because there are a lot of people who write. I know a lot of people who write. I'm wondering if they are thinking that they should be able to put whatever they've written into books. I'm also wondering if they know that they can actually write and market and make money.
Of course.
So people who are in that, because I look at you and I'm like, he knows exactly what he does. For every of your posts I see, I'm like, he knows exactly what he wants to achieve with this post.
Absolutely.
So how did you come about that? And how can people learn to mitigate and intertwine all of that?
So you already said it. There's a skill, and there's the business of the skill. It's for you to understand the business, to learn the business of the skill. So a lot of us are skilled, but the business of the skill is a different thing. Business of skill has to come with, how do you craft something that is somebody can read or somebody can take advantage of, and it makes good sense for the individual. All right, so people can read, but what can you write something that someone will appreciate to read? So that's the business side of it. You have to understand the psychology of people. Why do they want to read it? How do they get to read it? That's why some days you wake up, you see me write shorter stuff. Some other days I'm writing medium stuff. Some other days I'm writing lengthy stuff, because I have to present what I've written in such a way that people will consume. So that's the business side of things. So when you say writing, Facebook, and marketing, right, you need to realize that Facebook is just a platform. It's a platform where you showcase yourself, like a market. You go to the physical market with your goods. You have come to the market and you're saying, these are my goods. These are what I came with to sell. Buy. So the market is a platform, just like Facebook. Facebook is a place of exposition to show to the world that this is what I've got. And then the writing is just the tool of expression. So you're using writing as a tool of expression. The marketing part of it is the exposition. You're showing people this is what I'm offering, this is how good I am, this is why you need what I'm writing. So that's the interconnection between the three things you share. So the business side of things is the fact that how do you present such a way that it is useful to the audience? How do you do it in such a way that they can accept it? And the price point that is acceptable for them to buy.
The price point.
Yes,
because how do you even know that people would buy?
Of course, people will buy. That's the thing. If you're able to do something that will be something that is valuable to people, solving their immediate problems, of course they will buy. And that's what it is. But understanding the price point, that thing comes with understanding the market. All right. So I've played in the Nigerian market for quite a while, and right now we understand price points that people can buy. If you put something at 1,000 or more, a lot of people will buy. If I put something for 1,000 today, trust me, by tomorrow I will have like 500,000 sitting in my account. But I'm not doing the 1,000 naira stuff anymore. But there was a time I did it actually, and so the masses, or so to say, majority of individuals are even at that level. There are even some individuals who can afford to pay you 100,000, but they will use 1,000 naira to test you to see if you're good at what you're saying. And then you see them now have faith to buy higher things. So right now in Nigeria, I'm using Nigeria as an example. If you put your stuff at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, people are going to buy. And then a lot of people will buy. Like, I can do something for 1,000. I have like 5,000 people buying it. But if you go up to a range, like if you go to a range between 30,000, that's the intermediate range, 30,000 to 50,000. That is where you have, the intermediate. So you could get up to say 1,000 people buying it instead of 5,000 per time. And then when you now rise above 100,000, 200,000, 500, 1 million, the numbers would actually reduce the more. But if you want to have a lot of sales, especially in Nigeria right now, so look at between the range of 1,000 to 50,000 naira. So we've tested the market and we know different price points. And then there are a lot of other things that make people buy. People buy because it's you. So people see me on Facebook, they like the way I do my things, they like the way I connect to people, they like the way I hug women, they love the way I touch
You really
people.
hug women?
Yeah, I hug a lot. Yes. Do you know that marketing is like, if I come in here and I'm looking at your face now and I compliment you, you can just like me because I complimented you. Yeah. Other than I just come down and stay with you and I'm not saying anything. Hugs. I can tell you how many individuals have come to me, women who said, because the way I hug them, make them feel very calm and accepted, and people are dying inside. You don't know that. And so nice. When the hugging may not even have anything connected to it. The fact that you open your arms and you hug them makes them feel special. And so when you have something else to sell, that hugging that you did translates into acceptance, and then they will buy. So the thing is that there's a lot of factors. You have to state the bonuses, you have to state the benefits, you have to paint a lot of scenarios. Like this morning, I painted a scenario and I said the reason people do not make money from what they know in their heads is the fear of putting a fee to that thing, because people will say that, why will you even sell it? Is it not what you know? They will even quote scriptures and say, freely that God gave you, freely have you received, freely do you give, something like that. And so they are stuck because of such ideologies. Guess what? Because of that particular scenario I painted, while sitting before, I got two people have paid. Do you get? Because I painted that scenario that connected to them. It resonated. So if you come every day and say buy, like people will do, they put price, buy, they'll hang close and say price, this buy. No. You've got to paint certain scenarios. Give them a reason. Make it important for them, because every day we have things that we're juggling with and we are placing priority on different things. If your own doesn't come up higher in priority, they won't give you the money. So what I'm doing is constantly painting a scenario where they see what I'm offering as high in priority enough for them to buy. That's marketing. That's the marketing.
And you've been able to extend this. The last time I was talking with someone, the person said Emeka Novice charges almost $1 million plus to attend an event. I'm like, okay, so it's not just him writing and selling his books on Facebook. It has gotten to a point where if you want to see him physically, you pay as high as 1 million.
No, speaking is 2 million. So if you want me to speak at your event, that's 2 million for 45 minutes.
For 45 minutes.
Because why would you charge such a fee? Because you built yourself. You're becoming, you know that you are important to people. Your mere presence, even at the event, adds some polish to the event. You know that.
Okay, so you're
there was a
charging
month.
based on all of that.
There was a month that I spoke at 5 different events. Guess what? I was the last speaker. Do you know why they made me the last speaker? Because if I speak first, people will go home.
Okay, so you add all of that.
So all those things are important. So then when they keep me last, people are there waiting till the last. But if I speak first, people will I've listened to American Nobles. The hall will now become empty. So organizers don't want such a thing. So you look at those speakers, you find out that somehow, it's not as if they're not good, but somehow I'm more charismatic than all of them. I have built my fame, I've built my influence that almost 50% of people in the hall came because it's me on the flyer.
I like this pride.
It's not pride, it's just...
No, I like
when I say it's not pride, it's because of the way Nigerians look at pride.
I know it's pride and I like it. So whatever it is, I like it. There is this, I love the confidence in which you
because confidence is also part of selling.
Yeah.
If you're not confident with yourself, if I come to you now, I'll now be like this. You know what I'm selling is making. You need this thing in your life, and I'm not even.
You look like you're pleading with me.
I can plead like.
I know.
If you want to, you just make I buy this to make this guy carrying wahala they go. Not necessarily because he even made it.
Okay.
He hasn't even spoken to your need and to your desires. So confidence, like if you walk into a room and you're looking at someone eyeball, you're able to shake the individual, you're bold and everything. It transfuses the fact that this guy is building himself. He's not lacking, even though at home you're a drinking guy, nobody knows.
Yeah.
But that confidence is oozing from you. It's part of marketing.
So,
and it's something you can develop, you can build.
So you were able to build a speaking career through writing. Did you know that you would be the great speaker that you are today?
Well, my writing is I tell people my writing is my primary gift. Okay. Then I now realized that I could speak. Oh wow, good. And so so I had to, because when you speak on stage, there's a kind of power that you command when people are watching you speak on stage. You can mesmerize a lot of people when you're speaking on stage. You can influence a lot of people's lives when you're speaking on stage, because that power is there. They're looking at you like you're a very powerful authority. You're standing on the stage speaking to thousands of individuals. They're like, this guy is powerful, and people can believe you. People can take actions based on the fact that you were there. And so I had to start building my speaking skill to understand command of stage, to understand the right language to use, the right kind of jokes to crack, all those things. And then I learned storytelling. People see, when you go to speak at events, people tend to remember most of the stories I've shared, not even the specificity of strategies or whatever. And so they can connect. It's just like in primary school when you want to learn, secondary school, when you learn how to read the what's it called? The charts and all those kind of things. You see all those music you sing to be able to remember, right? That's the same thing that storytelling does to people's minds. Helps them to remember the things that you've shared. So I had to start listening to people like Joel Osteen. I had to start listening to people like, the great speakers around the world who do a lot of storytelling. And so Les Brown, many of them. And so you mimic them, you act it out, and then you just find yourself that you're good at what you're
All right,
doing.
so let's get into another part.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you being an author.
Yeah.
Did you still the same question.
Tell me.
How did you, because it's one thing to write, right? On Facebook. It's another thing to put them into a production, in a volume, or in book series.
Yeah.
How you have almost about 13 books.
I have 11 now. I'm writing 4 currently.
Oh, okay. You have 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Printed books.
Okay, you have 11 already.
Yeah.
How are you able to market all of these books? Because I know, like should I say, the zeal in which you market your books is almost the zeal you use in talking and speaking and acting.
Yeah.
So being an author, marketing your books all by yourself, what does it feel like, and how
it feels great. I tell you the absolute truth. It's a very beautiful, like before now, I can show you my phone now. Somebody just paid for 4 books and I told him to go to the office and pick from my PA. Right? So marketing books is like, I have a product. If you have a product that can cure cancer, would you keep quiet about it? You will talk about it. So it's the same thing, right? My book is a product. It's a product that solves people's problems.
Okay.
And so I have to put it out there in their faces.
And the problems problems you're solving is all about making money.
It's not just about making money. There are a lot of things my books can solve.
Like
My books can help individuals to gain confidence.
Okay.
My books can help individuals to understand themselves, understand their identity, understand their values. My books can help you to earn. My books can help you, a lot of things that I've written in different, like some of my books have different topics, how to expand your creativity, how to think, how to relate to people, a lot of things so these things are things that can transform people's lives. So why should I keep quiet about them? I have to shout about them so that people can buy them and utilize what I've written inside of the book to be a blessing first to themselves and also to people.
How is it easy for you growing your numbers on Facebook?
My dear, it's not easy. People think it's easy. It's not easy. There are a lot of
there's
133,000. There's a catalog of things you have to do to be able to, make your numbers grow. So many things you have to do. But the key thing there is the content you create. So the more valuable content that you create, that is, when I mean valuable to a set of people, not to everybody, and they find transformation in the value you're creating, then they can share it with a lot more people. So the more they share it, the more eyes see your content, the more they flow in your direction, and then they can flow. They can follow you and say, okay, for this guy creating this kind of stuff, I want to really follow this guy so I can learn a whole lot more. And so they follow.
Okay.
That's one strategy. Content is key. And if you notice in the past 4 weeks, I've been telling individuals on Facebook, Facebook has been on a roll in visibility. Like you're on Facebook and you're seeing people that you've not been following before. And beside their name, you see follow. I don't know if you've noticed in the past 4 weeks. And so I am creating as many pieces of content on a daily basis. I have done like 10 before coming here.
So in a day, how many posts, let's say in a day, on a good day?
Depends on how the spirit flows.
That's why I said on a good day.
Some days I do 20 posts a day.
What?
Some days 5, some days 10. Every blessed day, you can go and count. It's not as if I'm joking about it.
Wow.
And there are different kinds of content you can create. Inspirational content, educational content, entertaining content, and sales content. These are the 4 key kinds of content that you create.
And all of this, counts to getting the numbers.
Of course, they count to getting the numbers. For example, during matches, I'm not a fan of any club. So all I do is to slam people. Like I'm there, I'm catching my cruise.
And they're angry and they're fighting.
I don't send anybody. They are fighting in the comment section. They're even dragging their fellow friends. Come and see this idiot that is talking about against Arsenal. Their friends. What's my own? Their friends. The very funny things people do. Like Arsenal is not even paying you. You're not earning anything from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Why are you making unnecessary enemies? Because I am slamming Arsenal or I'm slamming Chelsea.
That club, Chelsea.
I slam any club I like. I don't care. I slam Man City. Any club I like, I slam them. Because I'm not a fan of any club.
All you know is you're creating.
I'm just coming there to enjoy my life. People are scoring goals. I'm happy. That's all. You do get. So all those kind of content, they have a way of dragging people. They're coming and then they are following you, right? So a lot of things that I do, but these are the 4 basic types of content. And then sometimes you have to bring up money to also to push your brand.
Yeah.
So I look at
that part. When you mean bring up money, you mean
spend. You spend.
Paying. Is it the one people say?
Okay, so let me give you one example.
Yeah,
one example is the fact that I'll make a post and I'll go and pin the post, and then I'll tell people, if you share this post, there's a possibility for you to gain so and so amount of money from me. So sometimes I can put 5k, I can put 10k, and now guess what? When I put 5k, you need to realize that on Facebook there are those who are your healers. They are your healers. They're not the buying crowd, but you need the healers. They know how to heal. They'll go outside. Emeka Nobis is the best. They are the ones healing me.
That's their own.
But when I put out product for them to buy, they are not buying. But I need the healers. All right.
Yeah.
So those healers are the ones that when I put out the price of 5k, boom. You see, in less than 10 minutes, I'm getting like 100 shares.
Okay.
Because they want. Then I'll now look at all, and I usually use the word creative sharing. It's not to just tap share. You have to creatively put in your own words. Mention Emeka Nobis did this. Say a few other things, and then I'll now go through all the individuals I've shared, and I'll choose one person who did good. And I'll give the person the 5k. And when I give the person the 5k inbox, I'll snap it and send to the individual and say, go and write it on Facebook that
you have given that money,
you, so that people will not say it's
scam.
The person will go and write about it, and then the people they'll flow. Do you get? Then when I raise the price like 100,000 naira, that is when you now see bigger
business
boys
in action.
Other bigger people.
Yeah.
They are the ones who now file out because they also want 100k. It's not small money.
Yeah.
They will now start writing. That's when you see my post will have 200 shares, 300 shares. So sometimes you need money Then the second way that I use it, I look at people who are doing well in certain industries.
Okay.
I choose the individual because I'm into intellectual stuff. I don't
Okay.
want anyhow kind of people to come in my direction. And so I look at people in also doing intellectual stuff.
Okay.
And then I would send them messages in box and say, okay, look at me, look at what I'm doing. I've seen your numbers. I see that you have voice. Can you take a look at what I'm doing and tell me how much do you charge? How much will you charge me to talk about my brand? Some will say, oh, Emeka Nubis, thank you for coming in my inbox. I've been looking for ways to connect with you. Don't pay me anything, I'll do it. I'm like, wow. So this individual not comment, has never commented on my post, never sent me, but the person has been seeing what I've been doing. And so I'll just craft it. And for me, I will not let you craft in the way that you feel like, because I understand the skill of copywriting. Copywriting is making someone fall in love with what you're doing and be able to patronize your brand. So it's a skill. It's different from writing. The heading that I put, the first heading that I put on my post is a skill. Do you know? If you are writing on Facebook now, understand that you see the picture is there, but there's a first sentence that you see when you're reading. That first sentence can make someone read your post or not to read your post. Okay. So before I post, I make sure that I have stayed and thought about an opening sentence that can make someone want to read my post. Okay. Does it make sense?
Yes.
For example, somebody wanted me to post about her program. Okay. Guess how I started it? She's a woman. And I went and started. She has closed it, but I begged her to open it.
Everybody wants to know, what did she close?
What did she open? What did she close? That's nice. That's people for you.
Yeah.
So did he open her legs?
Exactly. That's where their minds.
The moment they started reading, they don't even know when they've read to the very end. So the first sentence is a skill we call copywriting. It's keenly important. So that's how we learn and how we. So now I reach out to the individual, and then the individual can pay me so and so amount, and I pay the individual, and I craft the content that they will just copy and paste. I don't need them to create it in their own words, because I know what I've created will solve. So they'll just copy it and just paste it, and then people will follow me because they posted. So, and then another way is Facebook ads.
Okay.
And you get Facebook ads also, right? So you can put some money down, boost your,
but
do
that's
ads
quite
to your
difficult.
post. It's not difficult. Like, why people say it's difficult because Facebook has increased their charge.
Oh, okay.
So before 2,000 naira can do something for you in a day, but now 3,000 is the minimum that will give you something reasonable. So for me, I do 5,000 per day. The individuals who do 10, 100K.
You do 5,000 per day or any day you
No, per day.
Every day.
No, not every day. You know what I mean? If I want to run Facebook ads for a period of time, maybe for 1 month, I will do 5,000. That's 150,000 naira a month. So because Facebook, the higher you pay, the higher they can send your stuff. And then another way is Facebook groups. So you can belong to certain Facebook groups, and then we are there giving value. And the best way I feel that you can give value is not even about the content. It's about the comments you even place on posts and how you answer people's questions. So people can come in the comment section and they are asking questions. Leave coming there to write excellent, very nice post. No, face the question people are asking and reply them. Don't sell them anything. Just reply their comments, reply how they are, their problems with the solution.
Yeah.
That's how they start following you.
Oh, nice.
Do you get? There's a whole lot of strategies that we.
A whole lot, and I'm thinking that we've gone almost how many? Almost an hour. We've not even gone half of what we need to talk about. But then, you see, the conversation never stops. Just like your birthday show, The Dawn and the Conversation.
Yes.
Conversation with the Dawn.
With the Dawn.
All right. So for coming on the Conversation with the Viral Lady today,
okay.
Big Kitchen is saying thank you so much, and here we have one for you. We just wanted to see what
I should take one.
Yes, please. Just see cool. What. Yes. just want to open it. Want to see what's up with Big Kitchen. The amazing thing is they are all across Nigeria. They are in Uyo, aside Port Harcourt, they are in Owerri, they are in Abuja, they are in Lagos, and it can be delivered in less than 30 minutes once you call.
Oh, fantastic.
Amazing thing is that they also, aside this, they give soft drinks as well. Oh my god.
Oh, wow, amazing. So for coming today, I'll chop this one.
Oh yes. Okay,
that's
so
bugger.
yes, would have wanted you to have a feel of it, but yeah, I wanted you to have a bite of it.
Okay, you want me to bite it now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, I thought you wanted
So
me to
that they
take
know
it
it's
home.
real. You know, Nigerians once
Oh, they
don't
feel
see
that the thing is that's
package. It's all like, can you see? Oh, the dawn.
Well, I
Okay.
think it was fake.
So many people would think it's
Did it
fake.
package like that?
Yes, now so
Okay, let me
because
take another bite for them to
see the dawn. Okay,
That's
so yes, thank you so much for coming. And so you see that Big Kitchen is here for you. So all you need to do is call the numbers on the screen and get yours for yourself. Tell them the Vibrant team sent you. So do you think that it's advisable for a youngster? There are so many writers who do not even know they have skill. Do you think that with the part you've told, making, you're already a success? Do you think that you can advise a young writer to toe this line?
Of course, but you need to realize it takes a lot of dedication and time. And I tell them, if you don't have money to feed at the beginning, get something else you're doing that can feed you, and then you can be writing, so that you don't lose. I mean, you're not feeding, you're hungry at the same time. The words may not flow.
Yeah.
You may be angry. You can get disillusioned. And even, I beg, this is not the work, and then give up. But it takes time and dedication, because writing is not like, it's not like if I start doing comedy today, I'm making people laugh. Before you know, people, if I'm good, people will start following you. But you may be so good at writing, but it's an intellectual process. It's not something that the everyday man does, right? So you have to spend your time, keep working on yourself, your brand. So I tell them, if you are unable to, if you don't have the money that can feed you, do something else. Get a job, do something else. You could do real estate, be a realtor. You could do affiliate marketing to sell other people's stuff and make money for yourself. And then it takes a lot of time, really.
Actually, every good thing takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. But I mean, there are certain things that may take more time than the other ones. I can tell you for a fact. So, it's a very beautiful talent. It's a very beautiful skill that you put your time and your energy, because there's so many ways you can earn from writing. You can write books for people. They are called ghostwriters. Okay. You can write blog posts for people. You can write website content. So somebody's building a website now, but they don't understand how to put the words together, and you can come do the writing. Now there's cryptocurrency. You can have crypto projects. You can write white papers for crypto projects. AI is coming. There's a lot of things already here. AI is here. It's not that it's coming. You can do a lot of things in the AI industry. A lot of things are opening up. So I mean, writing is broad. There's a lot of things. For me, I don't do all those things. I don't do freelancing and all those other things. I write books. That's what I do with my writing. Basically, write my books, sell my books. I don't do all those other things. But that was where I started out, actually. So I was writing for 5 people.
Wow.
Yes. They were busy with themselves. You may know Joyce Daniels.
Yes,
Joyce Daniels was my very first client that I was writing for. So every day I wake up in the morning, I call her on the phone, we have a conversation or WhatsApp. She tells me how her day will be. Then I put all those things together and I'll create a post. Just one post per day. And yes.
You were charging as well.
Joyce Daniels was paying me, that was 2014. She was paying me 40,000 a month.
To write and upload.
Yes, write and upload one post per day at the time. So and I worked with Joyce Daniels for 9 months. And so she needed somebody who was going to be physically present with her, which I couldn't do, because then I couldn't leave my family I couldn't leave my family to be moving around with her. Okay. And so she had to now get her a relation of hers, and it was good. She referred me to someone. That person referred me to another person. That was how I got 5 people writing at the time. And so that time my salary was around 350,000 naira a month. And I was making 40 times 5, 200,000 naira from those 5 people. Yeah. So I get my salary, 350,000. I get my 200,000 from here. So I was getting 550 in addition to my speaking fees and other things I was doing at the time. So it was good. So, but by the time I resigned, I needed to really focus. I did for like about 4 or 5 months, and then I wrote all of them. I told them, I was moving on to other things, and so I stopped writing for all of them so that I could concentrate on other things. But that was how I started out, and it was beautiful. And right now, it's still the same thing. People need people to write about their brands. They are busy. They need somebody to write about them on Facebook. They can pay.
So these are areas young people could.
Yeah, young guys who are taking 100,000, to write for brands every month. And so when they have like 5 of these people, that's 500k from home.
From home.
Yes, from times on their laptop or on their smartphone.
That's nice.
Yes.
All right, so conversation with the Don. Well, I'm going to tag him here so that you can follow him up and ensure that you meet, especially with the conversation with the Don that comes up in July.
Yes.
Yeah, July. You cannot miss that particular show. But then, all you need to do is to drop your thoughts and opinion on the comment section, and likely we'll continue the dialogue from there. I mean, you can achieve a lot from social media. You can carve on it for yourself, and you can make a lot of money for yourself as well. All right, so do you agree? Do you disagree? All you need to do is to drop your thoughts and opinion on the comment section, and we'll definitely come dialoguing from there. Until I see you next week with another explosive edition of the Vibrant Talk series, you know what? Stay vibrant.